15
A little late, everybody.
I think they've got 88.
A little late, John.
It's okay, I'm just glad you wore blue instead of red today.
You know what I
I've been
realized?
4 weeks in a row.
I realized that I was like, I actually grabbed my red sweater because I like it. I was like, wait a minute, I think I wore that last week.
I wore it for the last 3 weeks. I was ready to.
All right, let's go ahead and get started. Looks like we don't have much on the pre-meeting today.
No.
Agenda review. I don't know if you have anything you'd like to go over. Madam City Manager?
Not in terms of tonight or future agenda for next week.
Anybody have anything about the agenda tonight even? Any questions, clarifications about tonight?
So on the liquor licenses, how, if you've got stipulations, because I think there's 3 or 4 licenses that have stipulations dating back years and years. And how does that ever get extinguished, I guess?
You know,
Basically, council would have to ask that be removed from the license. It'll carry on, removes that. So there's 2 that are location-based and then 1 that's an owner-based. So if at a renewal, council says we can remove that stipulation, then we would take it on.
Clark?
Yep.
Anything else?
So,
You have something else, Pat, too.
Yeah, but he forgot.
You got plenty of time, Pat,
I
don't
know
worry.
the feeling.
It's like, oh, it was just here.
Can I ask a question?
You bet.
Janine, do you know if we have a kind of an estimated timeline for when that Valefield business plan will be?
Gosh, we were just talking about this. I want to say in budget meetings, they indicated early summer, midsummer, if I remember correctly. And if I'm wrong, I'll circle back to you, but
Okay.
that's what I recall.
Go ahead, Kyle.
I got a text today asking for some updates on the business center project, and it reminded me, it seems like it's been a while since we talked about that. Just curious if it's not on the agenda. Didn't know if we were looking for one of those ones. I feel like we should get a fairly routine update every 3 months, 6 months, something like that.
So would it be, would it be amenable to you to maybe unpack that as part of your capital budget discussion? We kill 2 birds with one stone, one evening.
I mean, when we do that, April,
Coming
May.
very soon, like 3 weeks, I think,
Okay,
March.
that soon?
Yeah, I've got it right. in front
Yeah,
of me
we can
here.
parlay, I think. I mean, there's no huge rush on my end, but trying to find like a news article. So I don't remember the last time we talked about it.
I'd be happy to maybe provide a deeper dive side memo into that, but incorporate it into capital budget. And then if that's insufficient, we could do a separate work session. Would that be okay?
For me.
Is everybody okay with that?
Sounds good. So,
Yeah, go ahead, Pat.
Mayor, was on the school resource officers. I didn't quite understand. Is that a 50-50 deal with the school district, or does the school district pay the city of Casper on SROs, or?
Mayor, council, yes, it's 50-50. The piece that's in the packet tonight is it's a schedule adjustment where normally what happens is the SROs work Monday through Friday on an 8-hour schedule. And what they've worked with is kind of a hybrid schedule that'll allow some of the SROs to do a 10-hour schedule or 10-hour day. And so we had to do an amendment to the original MOU for that. And that'll end when this school year ends.
Okay.
Reevaluate how useful that was.
And follow up to that is, so is it possible that one officer might be shared between 2 or 3 schools, say between NC and Roosevelt? Or is there someone dedicated just to NC, somebody separate to KW, and then Roosevelt has its own?
Mayor, council, we do have through working with the school district, they generally supply or ask where those officers are deployed. And so they are housed at Dean Morgan, NC, who have our supervisor at the bus hub, one at Kelly Walsh, one at Centennial, CY Junior High. But they are called away sometimes depending on what's going on in the school district. So they have a home base, if you will, for that school, but they're also by geographic location where they may have to respond. That doesn't mean the Kelly Walsh SRO may end up going clear out to Paradise Valley, depending on what everybody else is working on.
They may have to respond to an elementary school vicinity. Is that correct?
Mayor, council, yes, sir.
Any other questions for the chief on this? Thanks, chief.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Anything else?
Sometime in previous experience on conflict of interest, such as the liquor licenses tonight, that legislatively you can discuss, and I'll use the example that I had to take conflict on was discuss selling natural gas coming directly from the wellhead before there was a pipeline involved, being able to utilize that, both Bitcoin mining and Mosier and Mesa both have products and electrical generation utilizing that. And then I was able to discuss what the impacts of that legislation would be, but then had to conflict out on the vote.
You can still have the conversation around, were you are active in that conversation?
Yes.
As
Yes.
you want, but you have to conflict out.
Yes.
My understanding is, and Eric, you can kind of maybe guide us on it, is you can do that, be present, because I know that's happened before. Not participate, but I don't like when Amber leaves, she does that out of abundance of caution. Is that true?
Mayor, council, I think that's correct. So council is governed not only by state statute, but we do have a code of ethics that we've adopted here at the city. I think certainly like on the liquor license, like that is out of an abundance of caution. And at a certain point, it's really, I can give kind of bright line. Yeah, that's a conflict. That's not a conflict. But then there's going to be some gray area, and then it's going to be kind of a call on the part of each individual counselor as to whether they feel like they need to remove themselves from the discussion or recuse themselves further. I know over the course of the 3 years I've been here, I've had discussions with counselors on a issue by issue basis, and that's something that I would encourage if anybody has questions around a specific topic to certainly reach out to me, and we can go through the letter of the law and discuss the concerns.
Yeah, go ahead, Amber.
I think it is in our handbook that way.
Is it a, okay,
Like, I think we've adopted something internally
it could
to
be
say
more.
that we have to.
you're right, Amber. Yep, I think you're right. Well, that's an internal policy that we created, Pat.
Well, I think
Could
it's,
change it, but
I think it
exists.
sucks because, because,
I love your candidness, Pat.
well, I mean,
No, I do, I'm serious, I appreciate
yeah,
it.
because I think Amber in particular, in this case, is kind of a, if I had questions when I was in the business, I would call Mike Reed, and I still will call Mike Reed if I've got a question. But when you've got covered on the different interest, all of the stuff that goes on with liquor law. Yeah. Then, I would appreciate her, comments, but, and then absolutely, not be part of the vote. That I think is a real conflict, but, so it's sometime, I shouldn't speak for Amber because, I mean, she may feel totally different about it, so, but I would appreciate her input during conversation.
Won't put Amber on the spot. Clearly, let's careful on that.
Well, I probably wouldn't change my practice at this point. I mean,
You would
I
just
feel like
keep
that,
doing it.
yeah, I mean, it's 5 years of that. And so I feel like that would be jarring to folks. Me especially having to hear all of that, but no, just kidding. I mean, realistically, the licensing, like, it doesn't impact me and my business all that much outside of my own, obviously. But so yes, I don't think there is a lot of actual like benefit or anything that I can get one way or the other from that. But I would probably keep up the same practice, though I have gone so far as to not even discuss outside of meetings with individual counselors, hardly any of it, which sometimes, at things like open container, I'm like one of the only people who has direct experience participating in that. So I could tell you how it is as a participant, but I have tended to not, just to avoid any concerns. But yeah, so don't change it for me because I would be unlikely to start sitting in at those junctures, I think, but.
Well, maybe what we can do is look down the road. Pat, I know you're very passionate about this, as you said. And I quote, "It sucks."
My vocabulary isn't very adequate.
Not very
It was right there. I heard you.
intricate.
We got you.
Thanks for bringing that up. Anything else? All right. Oh, yeah, go ahead, Mike.
I had emailed Janine and we had a brief conversation about the stormwater study and the possibility of the Eagle, the replat. And so I don't know if that made sense to you, Janine, the email, kind of thinking that it would be advantageous to wait until after we see what other studies are going to be done and all that shakes out, and then do some if we need to. I guess I was reaching out because I feel like I still have a lot of unanswered questions about how that stormwater management, in practice actually affects that neighborhood. So yeah. So
That
it would
email
just
makes
be on a
sense.
work session to get some questions answered.
Mhm.
When and if that all
Comes back.
comes back.
Did see that. Thank you for.
Thank you.
Okay, let's go ahead and take about a 15-minute break before the meeting.